Lucid Motors is breaking out today. We're up 5.48% at the time that I am recording this video at $25.40 per share. So I want to go over the short interest. I want to take a look at the option chain because we are seeing a lot of contracts that are running into the money. And as you guys do know, that does lead to a gamma squeeze, or just overall market makers having to hedge the calls that go into the money by buying shares on the open market. And this looks like it may only be the beginning. We do see a lot of activity around Lucid Motors in general. I do want to talk about the 13F filings that are coming out for the company and somewhat of breaking news that did come out for Lucid Motors. Not a huge deal, but definitely a step in the right direction. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into this video. If you guys are new here, my name is The Creative Investor. Consider subscribing to the channel if you guys want to grow your net worth as fast as possible with Lucid, AMC, or any other stock, option, or crypto that I think has a strong potential return. I make sure to bring it to you guys regardless of who likes it or who doesn't like it. So with that, let's get straight into this video. And like I said, Lucid is still going up as we currently speak, up 5.77%. So we're definitely going through a bit of a breakout today. And the first thing that I do want to point out is that if you're looking at this on the daily candlestick chart, you guys will notice that the 200-day moving average, which is this orange line right here, is sitting at about $23.91, pretty much where we started the day. Now, we did see this rally above $25, which was our first resistance level. So now we are over $25.43 as we currently speak. If we can remain above $25 into after hours, and especially tomorrow, it looks like this is going to continue. And just the move that we are seeing today, the volume as well, it looks very volatile. A lot of people are buying Lucid Motors, and we are in power hour right now, but we are, I mean, even with 1 hour left of trading, we're seeing 5 million more volume today than we did see on Friday. So this does look likely to continue. Watch to see if we can obviously stay above 25 and if we can start to approach this other resistance level, which is very strong now. 1, 2, 3, 4 tops at about $28 per share, ultimately about $29 per share, and then $30. That's your real level to be watching for. But we are above 50-day and 200-day moving average by quite a bit at this point. So does look likely to see this continue. Let's talk about the option chain as well with the gamma squeeze, because obviously we did see the $24 and the $25 strikes go into the money. About 9,200 calls at the $25 strike. That controls about 920,000 shares that will have to be hedged by the market makers. At the $26 strike, you're looking at almost 6,000, almost 4,000 at the $27 strike, 2,300, 1,200, and then almost 6,000 at the $30 strike. And relative to the volume that you see on any given day with Lucid Motors, you're looking at in total a couple million shares that will have to be bought by the market makers. And 1.9 million shares that theoretically would have to be bought by the market makers would be about 10% of the volume that we did see today. So to put that into perspective, a small amount of shares that will have to be bought by the market makers, even 1 million, 2 million, 3 million shares, is a considerable amount relative to the average volume that we see. That is something that not a lot of people actually pay attention to. It's not about necessarily how many contracts that do go into the money. It's that mixed with the daily average volume of a stock, because these numbers on something like, you know, AMC or something that trades a lot of volume is not as significant. But on Lucid, when you're only having 20 million for volume a day, or even less than that, that is definitely significant. So that's what you guys need to know from that. Like I said, it looks like that is going to continue, as we do have a lot of this open interest that is just out of the money. Then you pretty much drop off after the $30 strike. So I expect to move to about $30 would be reasonable, and I would not be too shocked about that. Now, the 13F filings that are coming out for Lucid Motors, you can see a lot of these are bullish. A lot of these are, you know, red. Obviously, green is bullish. Those are brand new positions. But a lot of this red, I do believe, is the share lockup period that did happen back here. As we do know, Lucid was down about 25% at one point September 1st on this day of the lockup period, but even up until, you know, before that, you were seeing a sell-off as well. So I do think a lot of this red is due to the share lockup period, because just early investors made about 25%. So a lot of them did liquidate. A lot more firms are buying back in. So in the next couple weeks, we'll get a better picture of what is going on, the bullish sentiment that still is here for Lucid. As we have seen, we have rallied about $10 since that $16 low. So definitely a lot of bullish sentiment around Lucid Motors. But let's talk about this whole catalyst that I was talking about. Well, this breaking news, this good news, and it is right here, a tweet. The dream is here, Vancouver. We're delighted to open our first Canadian Lucid Motors studio today, and I think this is big. Just because they're expanding their footprint, they're getting the word out more about Lucid Motors, and that's the real thing. I think that's the glory of Lucid Motors, right? We all know GM, Ford, we all know all these other companies and their vehicles that they offer, right? Even Tesla, that's the best example because that's an EV car maker just like Lucid Motors. But if you walk down the street and, you know, talk about Lucid Motors with people, they're not going to know what Lucid Motors is. So once you get the cars out there, once you get the footprint, even commercials, that's where you're really going to see the sales start to pick up. And considering they already have 13,000 pre-orders, well over $1 billion worth of expected sales here, you know, by the second half of 2022 at the very least, then that's a good sign. Once you get more recognition, you'll get more sales, so on and so forth. So that's a big reason why I am so bullish on Lucid Motors and why Lucid is such a big percentage of my overall portfolio. Now let's talk about the short interest. Not as important, but definitely still significant. 9.61% short interest of free float, 52.17 million shares that are sold short. Then again, relative to the daily volume, that is big. Not necessarily the percentage of, you know, not even 10%. That's not large in and of itself. It's categorized as high, but nothing crazy short squeeze. But 52 million shares relative to, you know, 15 to 20 million we see every day for volume, that's a very large amount. Share utilization is at 78.44%, meaning there's a decent amount of shares that still could be sold short. The free flow on loan is 10.84%, so I think the short interest could go up a little bit, maybe a 0.5%. But I don't expect any big increase in short interest. The short thesis on Lucid Motors doesn't look that strong at this current moment, now that they're actually starting to deliver these vehicles and to produce these vehicles. Very easy to short a company that does not have revenue. Now, to top this video off, let's take a look at my actual position, and Lucid Motors is up 6.31%. Market value, $7,677, up $1,240, and that's about 20%, up $453 today. Average cost $21.46 on 300 shares, represents 18.81% of my portfolio. I do have three December 17th $37 calls that I did sell for, let's see, $101 a piece. So I'm up $63 on this, or almost 21%, down about 23% today as we are seeing this move. But I don't expect Lucid to be over $37 per share by December 17th. If they are, I will have to sell all 300 shares for $37, you know, by this expiration date, December 17th. But I would make fat tendies in the process, and then you'd ultimately be waiting for a drop at that point, because nothing too crazy is going to happen from here until then, unless we do get reports that their reservations have went crazy, their pre-orders. But I don't expect that to happen. But that is all for this video. This is really a long-term buy and hold. You can use this like I do to make passive income every couple of months. Never a bad idea in general. So that is going to be all for this video. If you guys got value out of it, or you just like my insight, what I had to say, hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, let me know down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about Lucid Motors? What is your price target? Do you have any trades? What's your average cost on your position? Let me know that information. If you guys do want to support the channel, link for public, link for Webull, link for the buy and sell alerts, where you guys will be notified every time a trade is bought or sold in Lucid or any other stock, always in real time. You'll get access to all of the trades that we have already done. We have quite a bit of trades that were sent out today, so if you guys want to be part of it, definitely check it out. But that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.